Hey everyone, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Welcome back to the stream. I'm Martin Wenzel. Early start today, but not much to do today. We're just gonna do some driving practice while I'm up in the air here in this EasyJet. And we are doing, let's get that description pulled up here so I can see what we're doing. We're doing our Microsoft Flight Simulator World Tour, leg 158. We're at Gibraltar International Airport, the famous Rock of Gibraltar right behind us. And we're going to be flying back up to London, but London Gatwick Airport. And this flight is EasyJet 8902 on the Airbus A320. We're using the Flybywire A32NX mod. Also have Alpha Indie Group Traffic, John Habashi's 4-season pack. Some texture mod for the A32NX here. Navigraphs, other stuff like that. So let's get in the plane and let's get started. It's going to be about, I think it took us about 2.5 hours to fly down here, so it'll be about probably the same going back. Well, let's get inside. Oh, we actually have battery for the fly pad today, that's nice. So what we can do, can we turn the brightness up on this? Why can't see? Oh, there you go. Battery life simulated. Nice. Light might actually be helpful during the day. Not a big deal. I can see it. Alright, so I don't know why that's on raw. I like to just jump in here right away. Well, we need to go here, get services. Let's get the ground power service, get the jet bridge or the stairs. We'll get the baggage truck, catering, all that. Get that stuff rolling. And jump into the sim brief. And we need 8713 for fuel, so we're going to put on, I'm going to go 8800. That'll be more than enough. So back to our services page. Fuel. What did I say? 8,800? 8,800 kilos. And that's going to take about 8 minutes to fuel. Knock over the glasses and everything that are sitting on the desk. Got the live weather, live time. It's about 6:18, or it's 11:18 a.m. here. Where I'm at, and it's 6:18 p.m. so we're gonna have the sun setting as we're flying, and probably a night landing at Gatwick, or maybe a late evening, since it is summer, so the sun probably will still be. I mean, look how high the sun is right now here at Gibraltar. It doesn't even look like it's evening. Let's go through the checklist. Get down here. Parking brake is set. Flaps and spoilers are in their retracted positions. Ignition normal, master 1 and 2 for the engines are in the off position. Thrust lever is idle. I like to turn on the integrated lighting. Same here. Let's get our displays and all the brightnesses turned up as we're going through. Landing gear is down, nose wheel steering anti-skid is on, and up here throw on that integrated lighting, and wipers are off, so we can hit the battery 1, battery 2. We do have external power available, so we'll turn that on. Strobe lights auto, cruise supply on, ground control on, ADIRS nav 1, 2, and 3. We'll do our fire tests. APU. Engine. Engine 1. Okay. We do our instruments and display brightness. Let's turn that up. Since we're going to have some sun right now, maybe as we go further into the evening and the sun starts setting, we'll turn down the brightnesses. Alright, seatbelt sign is going to remain off until we are fueled up. No smoking auto. Whoop. Auto and emergency exits armed. We go down into our flight computer. And we're going to start getting the passengers on board. We're gonna use Pack X for the passengers, but I like the weights and balances. It's always nice to do it through the plane. Right now you can see our payload is 0. It'll put that cargo and these 170 passengers on board. Also going to get Pack X going here in the background. Alright, next we're going to go and get our ATC clearance.
Gibraltar Tower EasyJet 902 IFR to Gatwick, ready to copy.
EasyJet 902 is cleared to Gatwick Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 27 climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure frequency is 118.275 squawk 0604.
EasyJet 902 cleared to Gatwick Airport is filed. Takeoff runway 27 climb and maintain 9,000 feet.
Correct.
Departure on 118.275 squawk 0604.
I like how ATC was talking over us there. Alright, so runway 27 climb, maintain 9,000 feet. Departure 118.275. I don't know why they put that in there. Oh, contact ground 131-200. Okay. And when we press taxi, once we are pushed back and all that. Squawk 064. Or 604. Alright, so I'll jump back into... I'll look over here. Check our fuel. 2 more minutes on the fuel. Our alignment for our navigation, 3 minutes. We're going to go here and hit page 1. We're going from Lima X-Ray Golf Bravo, Gibraltar to Echo Golf Kilo Kilo, Gatwick. Alternate today is Charles de Gaulle in Paris, so Lima Foxtrot Papa Golf. Whoops, wrong one. Flight number, we are 8902. Cost index. So let's bring up for you guys the SimBrief flight plan, which I don't have opened up yet. Alright, cost index, that's going to be CI right there. It's 2.8, I don't know why I can't hover over it. Cruise is 380 on our return. Go to the flight plan and get everything in here. So we're going to be taking off at runway 27. No standard instrument departure, so we still have that discontinuity. And let's see. I'm going direct to PMOs. So we're gonna go out towards the bridge to Africa because we're coming in the same way, or we're taking off the same way we landed. But we're gonna then loop around, I assume probably to the south to get back out to PMOs around the rock. PMOs was the last waypoint on our way in. Uniform November 869. That's gonna be an airway, so we want to click on PMOs, airways. Uniform November 869. And then to Bravo Lima November, that's a VOR. Again, another Airway Uniform November 865. And to another VOR, Victor Tango Bravo. Another Airway Uniform November 867. To Waypoint Nenem. We're going to insert this because we're going to go direct from Nenem to another waypoint. So Nenem direct to Yerzy.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to welcome you aboard our flight. When you
And we're going to take that direct to Ariga.
place your larger carry-on items in the overhead bin and smaller items underneath the seat
Direct
in
to
front of
Rev
you.
2.
Unless you're in the front row, please place all of your items in the overhead bin. If you have any trouble finding
Back onto an Airway.
carry-on items, please let the
Uniform
flight attendant know,
Papa
and we'll be happy to
88.
If the overhead bin is full after you put your
Take
carry-on
that to
in,
Vasux.
please close the bin as a courtesy to other passengers. Once all your items are put
Insert.
away, please clear the aisle and sit down
And
in
then
allow other passengers to find
I always
their
like to
seats
just
as
get
well.
the
If you are seated in an emergency exit row,
arrival and everything set up right now. If it changes, we'll change it. But ILS 26 left at Gatwick.
make sure you are willing
We're going to come in on the Star Vasux.
If you are not able
1 Golf.
or not to perform these actions, please let a flight
And
attendant know.
our transition approach via is Willow.
Your cell phones during the rest of
Insert.
the boarding process, but we
Gonna look
do
through, we
ask
should have
that
no
laptops,
discontinuities.
tablets, and any other larger electronic devices are stowed once we depart. Thank you.
Another good thing to do is to go into plan mode and go through all the waypoints. Make sure everything looks right. Okay, that looks a little weird. But that is on our chart. We're actually going to go to Willow. And it's going to be kind of like a hold, because we need to be at Willow. Then we're going to hold until we get to 4,000 feet and then come back out. So while that looks weird, that actually is how the chart has it. So I think if we're down at 4,000 feet, maybe we can just skip that whole thing, but we'll do that once we get there. Alright, radio navigation page. What I like to do... Oh, wrong one. Is I like to throw in the VOR for our arrival. So there's that weird little loop you saw. And here's our arrival chart. Open that. ILS is going to be 110.9 India Whiskey Whiskey. That will automatically fill in when we get close enough. I'm going to put in Mayfield. That's going to be a good hold spot too if we need it, because that is the only VOR we have. Oh, we do have Midhurst also. I'll put Midhurst in. 114.0, but that's a little bit further down. So both of these are not going to be terribly useful for us. And in sim, the ILS is always available, so shouldn't be a big deal. Alright, go back to init page 2. We need to get our zero fuel weight, our block fuel. We can actually put the fuel on right now. 8.8. Since we have the fuel on board, we're going to go seatbelts on, nav logo lights on. And we'll go back down here. I want to check, see how we're doing on our passengers getting on board. We still have rows 13 through 1 to get on, or 1 through 13. You can see that zero fuel weight is not in where we want it, but again, we still have a bunch of 63 passengers to get on board. I'm going to go back to init page 2. We're going to put our trip wind. That's going to be right here. It's going to be the average W slash... highlight it. Average W slash C It's going to be plus 24, so we're just going to go 0, 2, 4. Put that in, it's going to be a tailwind of 24 knots.
You're ready to go when you are. Good evening, ladies.
We can also fill in a few things on the performance page. Flaps 1,
With service to
transition
London
altitude.
Gatwick. Our flight time will be roughly 2 hours. And
I
40
believe
Please note the cabin doors now closed.
6,000
We ask
feet.
that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed. If you have not already, please fasten your seatbelt and verify it is low and tight across your lap. Your tray tables and seatbacks must be in the full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare cabin for departure.
Yeah, welcome everyone to the stream. If you're new here, please hit that follow button. If you're on Twitch, if you're watching on YouTube, please hit that subscribe. I try to fly as often as I can, usually about twice a week, and we get a couple flights in each stream. Doing the world tour. Today I'm planning, if everything goes right, we'll do Gibraltar to London, and then London to Dublin for the world tour, and then this afternoon, late afternoon, early evening, we're going to do a user or a viewer requested flight from Cairns to Brisbane, Australia. The viewer lives in Cairns and wants to see that flight. Weather should be a little bit nasty on that flight, so that might be that should be a fun one. We'll be doing that in the PMDG 737. World tour flights here. We're going to be in the Airbus A320 on EasyJet and then Aer Lingus. Sorry. So we're going to be taking off this way, and then I'm assuming we're going to dip south towards that bridge. That's a pretty cool sight right there. All the cruise ships, the rock. See the northern tip of Morocco and North Africa. Pretty cool area. And then over here, Spain. Just waiting on the passengers. We got a few more rows to go. While we're waiting on them, we're going to turn on the master switch for the APU. And let's see, our air pressure is 1015. Okay, flap is open, so on the APU we'll go start. Here, right there, the APU started up. Well, that's the Rock of Gibraltar, famous Rock of Gibraltar, right there. I'm not sure what the bridge is called in the background. That's the bridge between Spain and Morocco across the Strait of Gibraltar. I'll look that up once. Okay, we got APU bleed on. Let's go back down here. Just a few more passengers to go. And disconnect the external power. Fuel pumps on. Turn on the radar and the predictive wind shear. Lock the cockpit door. passengers are on board, so we're going to go init page 2, get our 0 fuel weight, center of gravity, fuel weight, takeoff weight 69. We're going to bring up the performance calculator. We're going to put our takeoff weight 69.0 tons. Center of gravity is forward, less than 27%, 23.9. Flex takeoff. Climb thrust is climb. Conf 1 plus F. Air conditioning will keep on. Calculate. That bridge is called the Strait of Gibraltar Bridge. Sounds like a history person named that. Very creative name. Hey, Jacob Lewis, the Beyonder. I'll say Jacob. Hey, Jacob. Welcome to the stream. Go over performance page. Our V1 speed is 132. So that is the highest speed we can go and still be able to stop and have enough runway to stop. And you can see it's a lot lower than our last flight because this is a short runway. 137 is our rotate speed, and then 142 is our V2. So typically you want these speeds. If these speeds are the same, you're going to be able to take off. This one, we actually have a little bit, if we need to abort, well, we're going to have to make that decision a little earlier. Flex takeoff, only 44 degrees. I'm wondering why. I feel like if we had that higher, these speeds would be lower, I think. And this is our engine, our thrust reduction and engine out. And we are ready to push back. So yep, we're going to turn on the beacon light because we're going to be starting the engines. We're going to get the tug. See the wheel chocks and the cones, which were an amazing addition by Flybywire. I think they dropped that release right when PMDG was dropping the 737, and people were a little like, really? You're just adding cones and chocks? But the Flybywire team has done amazing work, and it's all free, so don't complain. Hey, Sean Delaney. Alright, we are ready for pushback. Just need to double check where I want to be going on the pushback. Yep. We're going to be taking off over to our left. I'll release parking brake and start going. Right. Ignition start. Starting engine 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets, and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4...
I'm not really sure where the best place to I think we'll kind of back out a little bit into the not the best place to taxi. Take 4 flights in a total of 18 hours from my home to Gibraltar. Yeah, I'm sure there's nothing direct from Cairns. Or no, from... You're not in Cairns, sorry. You're in Hawaii. Yeah, nothing direct from Hawaii to...
We also carry flotation aids for children.
Okay, starting engine 1.
Your tray table must now be window blinds open and seatbelt fastened. We wish you a pleasant flight with EasyJet.
Alright, not the best pushback, but not a lot of room. Yeah, Sean, if you go on one of my videos, there should be a link for there's a few different map mods. Now I've had some trouble lately getting them to all work together, so that's gonna be you just doing a little investigation. But there's a coast to coast, which basically fills in the rest of the United States that isn't available via the DLC so far. And then there are smaller projects like the Montana expansion, I think it's Midwest expansion or something. There's some other ones that really fill in the details under the coast to coast. You need coast to coast, and then they kind of build more on it. So that's how I got those East Coast states. Some mods, and you'll find links for those in the description on those ATS videos. And then it's a matter of kind of going and investigating in some of the forums, like exactly how to order your mods. Every time I want to do some ATS, I try to get all my mods updated and get them in the right order, and then things don't seem to work lately, and I just don't have time to put into it anymore. That's why I haven't been doing too much ATS. Alright, we are ready to go. We got our engines on, so let's turn off the APU, turn on our runway turn-off light and taxi lights. Transponder is set, probe window heat, auto spoilers are armed, flaps to takeoff position. Auto brake set to max. Anti-ice if required. Weather radar is on, and let's get our taxi clearance. It's not too bad. I mean, it just all depends on how many mods you have. Like if you just have a few, if you just do coast to coast, you just throw coast to coast in it. It gets a little complicated when you try to start adding in the different parts. There are some I did for Euro Truck Simulator. I followed someone who has like a huge map mod thing where they almost have the whole world. I mean, a ton of Russia. It was really cool, but it took forever to load in, and it quickly gets out of hand, keeping it organized and working anytime there's an update. I find American Truck Simulator is a little easier because you don't need as many mods. Coast to coast gets you a base, gets you roads all the way over, and but then like I said, there's a few like Midwest expansion, Montana expansion. I think someone's doing like the Virginia, Maryland area. So you just got to make sure they all work. You got the right updates, and and if you're on top of it and you're playing, ATS every day, it's not really a big deal. It's a real pain the first time you put it together, and then trying to keep it up to date if you're only trying it every few months, like I am. Right, cabin check.
Gibraltar Tower EZ8902 ready for departure runway 27 IFR to Gatwick.
EZ8902 QNH to 9er.9er, 7 wind 200 at 24. Cleared for takeoff runway 27.
Alright, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 27 EZ8902.
I should just go on takeoff, go around speed. Short runway. Hey Guillermo, hello from Mexico. Short runway. Thrust to climb.
Climbing 9,000 feet.
EZ8902 Madrid, center QNH 29er, decimal.
I'm going to do a left turn here so we can kind of fly by this bridge, and we'll go around Gibraltar to the south, and then we'll come back up. No, Gibraltar is part of United Kingdom. I don't believe it's independent. And I think here on our turn we probably... Well, we're going to be flying into Spain anyway, so I don't know why I really need to stay out of this airspace. Yep, AJ. Hopefully get at least three flights in today. We got the Rock of Gibraltar on one side, and then we got the bridge of the Strait of Gibraltar, I believe is what it's called.
Enter Air 5101, traffic alert. 1 o'clock, less than 1 mile, 200 feet Airbus A321. Report them in sight.
Thanks everyone for coming in.
Iberia Tree 28, traffic alert.
Looks like we get a good crowd here on during the day, so going forward, yeah, I'm working day shift, but on my days off, obviously, I'll be up during the day. Before I was working night shift, and so the streaming was always going to be in the evening and night. But glad to see everyone coming in. Wow. Welcome, welcome. We're just leaving Gibraltar, right down there. And we are headed north to London Gatwick on EasyJet flight 8902. I'm gonna hit the autopilot now. So standard pressure. See, what do we got for weather down here in Gibraltar? Outside it's 29 degrees Celsius. Let's see what it is here in where I'm at right now. don't think it's... it might be. Here in Milwaukee, West Allis, Wisconsin, USA. Let's see, get me... Another clear day here, no clouds. A lot of our flight, a bunch of my flights lately have been just no clouds at all. But I think this evening when we're doing a viewer requested flight, Cairns to Brisbane, and that cargo ship down there. Cairns to Brisbane, and there's some heavy storms and flooding and stuff going on over there, so. And when I was taking the screenshots yesterday, it was all clouds and rain, so that should be fun. What's my favorite aircraft looks-wise? Do you mean the aircraft or livery, like paint job? Aircraft, I don't know. I mean, like now that I have the 737-700, that kind of looks strange to me because it's a little shorter. I don't know which one I really like looks-wise. And, I mean, there's so many aircraft to pick from. I don't know, what's your favorite? Is ATC not clearing us?
Madrid Center, Easy 8902. Request flight level 190.
Easy 8902 climb and maintain 17,000 feet. Expect flight level 190.
Climb and maintain 17,000 feet. Expect flight level 190, Easy 8902.
Alright, so here in Gibraltar it was about 30 degrees Celsius, and I'm on live time, live weather, so it's about 6:52 p.m. now. It doesn't look like 6:52, does it? But we'll just check the weather here. And yep, live time, 6:52 p.m. For me, it's 11:52 in the morning. 77 degrees here in West Allis. I'm trying to switch that to Celsius. I can't just do it in my head. Why can't I just change this? Settings. There we are.
Turn on larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the duration of the flight. Do not form a line in the left point. This aircraft uses onboard Wi-Fi. It will be required to use a small
Celsius.
We will offer complimentary
26 degrees here in West Allis right now. We got some fog. It's gonna be a high of 27. So basically the same weather as down in Gibraltar. But we got a bunch of decent humidity today. Looks like we're gonna have some storms again in the evening and overnight like yesterday. All of our 4th of July fireworks were canceled. Let's see. Delaney likes this, the 777. I feel like the 777 is the only plane I've actually flown on. I can't remember what. I know I did a Frontier flight. That was like my first airliner flight. But everything I've done, like flying to China, I think have probably been 777s. London. Is that Gatwick to Malaga? Let me put that in on my Discord on the flight requests. Get your name down too, so we can. So London, Gatwick to Malaga. That's gonna be Alexandru, Darius. Yeah, I know people request flights and they're like, "Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me?" Yeah, I am. I need to read it first. Hey, Kainen. Yeah, Alexandru. I'll put that in the list. Probably not today. I need to just set some stuff up, like graphics wise, for that, and just make sure I have scenery and everything. But yeah, definitely. Like I said today, gonna try to do, depending on what happens this afternoon, But I'm going to try to do this flight up to Gatwick, and then from Gatwick we're going to go over to, yeah. And you can fly along too. Right now I'm on live multiplayer, or not live, all players multiplayer. I'm also using Alpha Indy group traffic, so I have AI traffic flying around. And I'm on US East server, if that matters. I don't know if it does. So if you want to join in on any of these flights, you can. Yesterday, the whole way down, I had someone escorting me in a fighter jet. I don't know who it was, but that definitely wasn't AI traffic. And they weren't doing it wasn't too annoying, so that's fine. Now let's request we need to get up to 38,000.
EZ89002 climb and maintain flight level 190.
Turn off the seatbelt
Climb
sign.
and maintain flight level 190.
Landing lights could come off.
EZ89002. Madrid Center EZ89002. Request flight level 290.
See, I kind of distracted myself in the middle of my thought there, Alexandru, so I'll get there. But hey, Kynan, thanks for joining in. Welcome to the flight. We're flying Gibraltar up to London Gatwick right now. World tour flight. What is this? 157? 58? 158, flying into every country and territory in the world.
Madrid Center, flyer 8474 is at 5,600 feet, climbing flight
Oh, we
level
should.
290.
If my
Flyer 8474
it's not as big as Heathrow, but if my Alpha Indy group traffic is working, we'll see a lot of EasyJets. I believe it's the hub for EasyJet for London. So if you go to Heathrow, you're going to see a lot of British Airways, and if you go to Gatwick, you're going to see a lot of EasyJet. Gatwick is I have a great freeware. There's an awesome freeware project for Gatwick, so it's a lot of scenery, really cool. So I'm looking forward to getting back to Gatwick, and yeah, I definitely want to. Alexandru, we'll definitely do that flight from Gatwick to Malaga. I know I've heard people want to go to Malaga quite a few times. I don't know if it was you. I have no idea. I have no idea how the server thing works. Philolog. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not an expert on the multiplayer. I usually don't do the multiplayer, but I'm like, you know what? It doesn't really hurt lately. I've just had it on and it hasn't been too crazy. Alright, so we're climbing to 25,000 feet. I'm going to do another increase here to... We want to do 7,000.
Madrid Center EZ89002.
Right.
Request flight level 360.
Favorite semi-truck? Well, give me 1 second there. Yeah, Alexandru, today I'm planning on doing up to Gatwick, and then we're going to do Gatwick to Dublin. Those are going to be both world tour flights. And then probably 5 in the afternoon, around there, whatever it ends up being, so the viewer who requested it can actually watch, hopefully. We're going to fly from Cairns to Brisbane, Australia. And the viewer is from Cairns, and so she wanted to have request that flight, and I'm like, yeah, we can do that. So I got that set up. And that'll be the requested flight tonight. I'll set up your requested flight. Uh-oh, what the heck did I just do? Oops. I bumped my trigger for the flaps. I went to flaps 1 there. Whew. So we're gonna do Cairns to Brisbane tonight for a requested flight, and then I'll set up. I don't know if I'll be able to do any flights tomorrow, but if I do, we'll try to do that flight. We'll do the Gatwick to Malaga. If I have any time, we'll do that flight. I think that'll be a good one. I've had so many requests from Malaga, and I have no idea where that is. And sometimes some of these requested flights, if it's a really, really long flight, it's going to be, we have to figure out when we can stick that in. Yeah, I hope to do a few more requested flights as we go along. Alright, one more increase because we want to get to 38,000. Sean, favorite semi-truck? Well, I've driven 2 kinds of semi-trucks. Because I've driven in real life. The one I drove the most, probably 250,000 miles over 2 years with Millis over the road, was the Kenworth T680, which is in ATS. And then I drove for like a week when I went to another company and didn't really like it, and I don't really like this truck either. I think I like the International Lone Star. I like the look of that one. That's my favorite one look-wise, I think. Maybe the Mac Anthem, that looks pretty cool too. Western Star, I mean, there's all kinds that look really cool. And obviously the older ones, or the ones with pipes and everything, those look really cool, long noses. But the two I've driven were the T680 Kenworth, and then the International, just the basic International, not the one with the long nose and the, you know, the tanks, and it looks really cool, but whatever that one is. That one might be the Lone Star, actually. But I didn't really like that because the front, the hood, the way the hood works, that you have the hood, and the trucks at this company were white, so you had the white hood, which is fine, but then it, in front of the window, it comes down, and you still have that painted white, and so it's just shining right in your eyes. If it's sunny, it's shining right in your eyes. It's terrible. Whereas on the T680, you have the hood, and then the part, you know, coming up to the window, that little area, it's just black. It's open, or it has just rubber or whatever, and so it doesn't create that glare. So that really annoyed me about the International. But I like, you know, of the two trucks I've driven, I like the T680 more. The International had a lot of room though inside, in the sleeper area. Malaga is southeast coast of Spain. That's what I figured. That's what I was assuming. Luxury station for holidays and summer, coming many British tourists, like many girls, bunch of girls that are drunk. It's like Tijuana, man. Oh, we got a clearance. 370. Oh. Yeah, we can do that flight. I mean, I'm not super excited about flying from Gatwick down there because it'll be kind of like flying from here, or we've kind of flown this path, but not a big deal. I kind of want to go. I kind of want to fly to Malaga, and Gatwick's a great airport to fly out of. What is the name of that game, Jazly? Are you talking about the game we're playing right now? Microsoft Flight Simulator, and you can see that right in the top left corner of your screen. So Microsoft Flight Simulator. So that's what we're in right now. I know when I'm watching, especially on Twitch, YouTube is not as big a deal, but on Twitch, people, like, they'll categorize the game they're playing. They're like, oh, I'm playing Microsoft Flight Simulator, but then they're playing Prepared 3D or X-Plane. And sometimes it's hard to tell because they have a lot of the mods for the scenery. Right now, we are over Spain. And Granada is going to be right off to our, right over there. Right off to our, let's see if we can get a, see if we can see Granada. I believe Granada was the last city to fall during the Reconquista by Isabella and Ferdinand. Why can't I say names? Yeah, Gibraltar to Malaga would be a short flight. Yeah, but Granada was the last city to fall to Isabella and Ferdinand. Why can't I say it? Ferdinand. In the like 1490 or something. It was right around the same time. I think it was right before Columbus proposed his expedition to find the Indies. So, early 1490s. And they defeated the Moors, the Muslim Moors at Granada to reconquer Spain for Europe and the Catholics. Fernando. I think it's Ferdinand. So, Ferdinand. I was having such a hard time saying that. That was Andrew. No, I have never visited Europe. Nope, not Ferdinand Magellan. But that was Magellan's name. But King Ferdinand of I think he was Castile. But there was no Spain at that point. Spain was united under their son. Let me see. I'm a little rusty on my Spanish history. I can name almost all the kings and queens of England in order for some reason, but I always get a little confused with Ferdinand and Isabella. Let's see, Ferdinand. Oh no, he was Aragon. Isabella was Castile. And so when they married, it basically became, it kind of united the two biggest kingdoms on the Iberian Peninsula, besides Portugal, and, you know, laid the groundwork for Spain. And then it was their son. It was Charles and Joanna. Yeah, Spain was united under Charles, and he was actually the Holy Roman Emperor too, and he dealt with Martin Luther and as Charles V of the Holy Roman Empire. Ferdinand and Isabella's one of their daughters was Catherine, and she was Henry VIII's first wife. So you got that connection. It's really crazy how much history how many connections there are with big names in history right there around, you know, the most holy Catholic monarchs of Spain, and you know, Henry VIII, you know, and then you get into Luther right there within the next few years. Yep, yeah, and the same with Columbus. Columbus was from Genoa, I believe. So he was Italian, a Genoese. Christopher Columbus is always the one that gets me, because it's like where do we get Christopher from? His name was Cristobal Colombo. And it's like, where do you get Christopher Columbus? I mean, there's no point when he ever went by that name, because it's kind of a weird thing we did there. I don't know if we do that with any other explorers. His street name. That's right, Hawaiian. I think someone else was. I don't know if I watched a video about this, like how, like, to say like Christmas or Merry Christmas, and it's not even close in Hawaiian, but that's because they have to change everything, because Hawaiian doesn't have. Hawaiian, I think you have to have a vowel every other letter, right? So there's never two consonants together, so you can't get like something like Chris, right, or like CH. Or ST, you know, STM right there, like in Christmas. I think that was one of them, and then it's, just like all the sounds and how, like, the words just completely change, even if you're just transliterating them, because it's impossible to transliterate them just based on all the rules of Hawaiian with the language. If I can't wait to do a flight to out to Hawaii. And that's gonna be a long one from San Diego to Hawaii. Obviously, maybe at some point, I'm hoping that I can do some more streams, like on work days, like after I get home from work. But probably those flights will just be more like a single prop, single engine flights, you know, low level. So maybe do a flight around the Hawaiian Islands. That'd be a fun one to do. Yeah, the flight to Hawaii and from Hawaii, those are long flights. I think I'm going from Hawaii to French Polynesia. So as I said, there's going to be a lot of long ones. Yeah, that's the thing. Hawaiian doesn't have that many letters. And I believe like every other, like, it always has to be consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel. You can't do two consonants together. Or I think you can do two vowels together. Obviously, Hawaii has a number of vowels right there at the end. But you can't do two consonants together. So, like, I think I was watching a video about, like, how to say Christmas in Hawaiian. It's pretty hard because a lot of Christmas, I mean, there's, you know, two and three consonants clumped together. I am not Chinese. My wife is Chinese, but I'm not Chinese. Hey, it's Johnny John. Let's see. Alexandria, yeah, after we fly to London, after this flight, we're going to fly up to Dublin. And then... as far as the world tour goes, from Dublin, we're going to fly up to Iceland. But I think to the third flight of the day, if I can get 3 flights in a day, we're going to do that requested flight from Cairns to Brisbane. And I really want to get that in, and hopefully it'll be a stormy flight. No, not Dublin to Malaga. No, like I said, I'll put that in. Let me know where you'd like to go. If you want to do Gatwick to Malaga or anywhere to Malaga, you know, let me know what you want, and we'll do that as a user. I keep saying user. As a viewer requested flight.
And maintain flight level tree 80.
Climb and maintain flight level tree 80, easy 8902.
Oh yeah. I know there was a whole, and maybe I'll have to download it. There was a whole. There used to be, and I don't know, maybe it's not available anymore because of the updates. There used to be a whole overhaul for Iceland. So I'll have to check that out and see if that's still available. I'm gonna have to, yeah, just check out Iceland, make sure it looks good. Why we call a turtle a Honu or Honu? Peshawar to Malaga. Well, I don't know. What is Peshawar? Oh, it's a real flight. Oh, there used to be a mod for Iceland. I'm not sure if they did a world update that updated Iceland. Old Man Shaggy, not flying to Iceland today. I think if I was doing 3 flights, but I had a viewer request to do a flight from Cairns to Brisbane, Australia, so I'm going to do that as the 3rd flight of today. So next time I stream, for sure we'll be flying to Reykjavik. I don't know if we're flying to there or if we're flying to the other place, just down the road. But yeah, we'll be flying to Iceland next stream. Like next time I stream, if I get a flight in tomorrow or next time I have day off. Do I fly with Gulf Air? I've done a Gulf Air flight. Alright, I'm looking up where's Peshawar? Pakistan, that's what I thought. That'd be an interesting flight. Pakistan to Malaga.
If you would like to order additional menu items, please hit the flight attendant call button at any time. It will be open for you.
Yep, the African flight's finished a while ago. I'm trying. Let me look and see what flight number was the last African flight. Let's see. Who the flight? When did we leave Africa? think the last African flight. Well, let's see. The last African flight I think was Flight 78. I think it was Tripoli, and we went from Tripoli to Amman, Jordan, and then we did a few flights around the Middle East to kind of get back up into Europe. So yeah, it's definitely taken a lot more flights in Europe to complete Europe than it did Africa. That's because I just did a very poor job planning Europe, I think. Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of independence movement for independence in Hawaii. I mean, it was an independent kingdom. Manama. Bahrain. Okay. I could do a flight from Singapore to New York or New York to Singapore. That would have to be like an overnighter where I would start it probably in the evening and then I'd get up early in the morning and finish it. I do want to do some long flights like that. I don't think it's going to be... Probably have to wait on that until like sometime in August for me to start doing those, just because we're working on getting a new house, and once we're in the new house then I'll have a little bit more flexibility with the streams, I think. So yeah, if you request a flight and it's a really long one, you know, it's going to be figuring out when to schedule that and do it. 18 hours. Are there any Singapore? Let me see. Let's see if there's any flights from... Yeah, obviously, it's not a real life. I like to do kind of real life flights for the most part. What is... Oh, it's just JFK. We'll do a JFK and see if there's anything in Singapore. I don't think there is. Wouldn't surprise me though. So Johnny, what's my favorite aircraft? This one has grown on me. The Airbus A320neo has grown on me. I really like it. It's my favorite because it's so easy to just get going now. It's almost second nature for me to get it started. But I do, like when we jumped back into the 737, now I wish I had the 737-800, not the 700. But getting back into that was kind of fun because I flew a ton of flights in that back in X-Plane. So, that's my, like the A320 is probably my favorite to just fly in Flight Simulator because it's the easiest, the one I'm most comfortable with. But I would love to fly some of the bigger planes. Like the 747, I really like that plane. You know, it's just that big, you know, the queen of the sky, right? Oh yeah, that is the flag of the kingdom. Is that the flag of the kingdom? Because it seems like that flag was created. I mean, there was nothing before that. I suppose you just didn't have a flag before. I mean, you know, the concept of the flag isn't universal. So maybe you just didn't have a flag before the British and the Americans made contact with the kingdom. Because that's what the Hawaiian flag is. It's got the Union Jack in the corner, and then it's got the 13 stripes, the red and white stripes. So it's like that really wild flag because it's like, why has it got a Union Jack on it? You wouldn't think of Hawaii as having the Union Jack of all the places in the United States. You'd think, oh, well, maybe, you know, Massachusetts or Virginia or something. You know, the 13 colonies.
Europa 90049er, you are 40 miles southwest. Descend and maintain 17,000 feet. Keep speed, not above 220 knots. Expect ILS uniform runway. Approach via Rilco
I've seen people do long flight. I don't know if an 18-hour. I mean, it depends on if there's a plane that can do it. It has a Union Jack because both the British and the Americans like landed there and interacted with the kingdom. I don't know exactly the exact background in it, but they both had a stake in it.
9049er.
Is an 18-hour flight possible? It should be. I mean,
Not above 220 knots.
I did a test back when I was having issues with my my sim and frame rates and stuff. I did a test one. I did a test stream. I think I went for, I don't know. I didn't go for 18 hours, but it was yeah, you can do some pretty long. I mean, people do 24-hour longer streams. Like with the flight, the issue is Microsoft Flight Simulator going to crash at some point. It always could. It could crash at any point, anytime. And then obviously, do we have a plane that can do the 18-hour flight? I'm looking like New York, JFK, no flights to Singapore. It looks like you got flights to Manila, Hong Kong, Hotas, Mongolia. No, that's Inner Mongolia, still China. Let's see, Manila's 16.5 hours, Hong Kong 16.5. Auckland is 17:35, so that'd be probably the longest flight is New York to Auckland, New Zealand. Oh no, there is a flight from New York to Singapore. 18 hours and 50 minutes. That would be a wild one. I was gonna say, there must be a flight. Ever thought of collaborating with some other flight simulators like XP72, Captain Canada, or Blue Games? I'd love to. I would love to. Biggest problem is just I have a terrible schedule. And I'm terrible at terrible at kind of sticking up for my schedule. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do something now, and then other stuff seems to always come up, and it's hard for me to say, well, no, I got this thing going on. Hey, Banya's player. Can't stick around since I'm at work all day, but wanted to swing in and say hi. Hey. Well, I think I'll be streaming tonight, so hopefully, once I'm done with my stream tonight, I'll come over and raid you. Hopefully I have a few more viewers on Twitch at that point. But I had my day off, and so hopefully stream a little bit more during the day. It's so hot and muggy. It's too muggy today to just really do stuff outside. Otherwise, I'd be down at the beach or something. Gotta go to the beach at some point. Flag was designed by King Kamehameha I, and the tricolored stripes represent the... Oh yeah, they're tricolor. It's not just red, white. It's red, white, and blue. Represents the island, and the British flag in the canton represents the economic trade partnership between Hawaii and Britain. Cool. Yeah, that's right. It has the blue stripes too. All right. So we're at flight level 380. Once we get to Ariga, that's going to be quite a ways up there. We're actually going to descend to flight level 340.
approach on 136.105. Good day. Going to 136.105, now through Air 8555. 128.7. Good day. Going to 128.7, Nostro Air 8811. contact breast center on 123.75. Good day.
123.75 for Easy 8902. Breast center Easy 8902, flight level 380.
Easy 8902 breast center. Continue as planned. Breast center on 124.725. Good day. for Alpine 7679er. 902, contact breast center on 124.8. Good day.
124.8 for Easy 8902. Breast center Easy 8902, flight level 380.
Easy 8902 breast center. Continue as planned.
8902. Rest Center Easy 8902, flight level 380.
Easy 8902 Brest Center. Continue as planned. Air France 7370, contact Brest Center on 124.8. Good day. .8 for Air France 7370. Shamrock 564 is passing flight level tree 65, climbing flight level tree 70. Shamrock 564 breast center, continue as planned.
Alright, I'm back. Ate some lunch, did some practice, driving with my wife. I think we're gonna, after this stream, after this flight, we're gonna end the stream, but I'll probably be back a little bit later and we'll see how the time's looking, and we'll either do the flight to Dublin or we'll do the viewer requested flight down in Australia. We got some ATC chatter here. Looks like nothing for us. We do want to descend to 34,000 per the flight plan. So we're going to ask for a decrease.
Rest Center Easy8902. Request flight level 340.
And thanks for the subscriptions, Zamzam and Brandon Hicks. I thought Brandon was already subscribed. Thanks for resubscribing. You got bumped off. Alright, send and maintain 340.
Descend and maintain flight level 340.
Right, enter destination data, so we're going to go in here and get our metadata. Weather.
2697, contact London Center on 118.475.
I also want to do, just in case,
118.475 for A-line 610.
I want to do
118.475 for Speedbird 2697.
let's see, Willow. Okay, so actually at Willow we need to be at 7,000 feet. That's our transition point, and then I think we have to hold at that point until we get down to 4,000. Yeah. So we enter Willow at 7,000, we then kind of spin around in that hold point until we get down to 4,000 and then leave. So we're going to do Willow. Go right in here. Go fix info, Willow. I really like it that now we have the hold thing available in this plane. Makes it actually quite easy to just get into a hold and take our time. I believe that's going to be right there. Yeah, we're in the English Channel right now, and we're over the Cherbourg Peninsula, so we're looking over to St. Anne. A little bit behind us is where the islands of Guernsey right there and Jersey. Nope, I want to get to 7,000 feet, so we're going to go to the calculator. We are at 34,000, target 7,000, so 80. We're going to put 90 nautical miles before, just to put that fix in. ATC will likely give us the clearance, obviously. We can't really descend without it, in reality. Go back in here, we have our company message. Right there. So, we want to go received messages, MEDAR. We're going to print that out. Go to performance. Our approach, ILS 26 left, that's what we're planning on right now. QNH 1025, temperatures 21. And it's crazy, looking out the window, it is, what, 8:40 now?
Easy8902, descend and maintain flight level 210.
Descend and maintain flight level 210 Easy.
So it's 8:40 and it still looks, yeah, I mean, we're going to be coming in as the sun's going down. That's going to be a nice shot. But it's crazy how, you know, summer, how late the sun, you know, how bright it is. Pretty late. Let's see, wind. 380 degrees, 8 knots. Just go like that. Bring up the nav chart. Transition is 6,000 feet. Approach speed 130.
118.475 for Easy 8902. London Center Easy 8902 is at flight level 320, descending flight level 210.
Easy 8902 London Center. Continue as planned.
Alright, I need to find this chart. Final approach, because this doesn't have the minimums on it for the landing. This just gets us on that final approach path, which is a pretty long one actually. So we're gonna go right over here, open charts list, approaches. we're looking. There it is, final approach. I'm going to pin that if I have it. Alright, so here's the final approach chart. So much of the same stuff, ILS. But what's different is it doesn't have the route. Now it actually has, we're going to capture the glide slope at 2,000 feet, 258 degrees, and everything coming in. Minimums, I believe we are going to look at Cat 3. So it'll be 50 feet. I usually just go with the highest one to be safe, which would be Cat. I mean, you can even go localize or glide slope out. But we're probably going to get Cat 3, so we'll do 50 feet as the minimum. Entry out of range. Okay. So we'll go 396. We'll do the. I've never seen that before. But we should be able to put that in 50. So that's all complete. You can see we got the Midland one right there, 114. I'm not sure why Mayfield isn't showing up. See our ILS 110.9, India Whiskey Whiskey, 258 degrees. Turn on this VOR, and we have two different VORs. For some reason, May is not showing up. And we're already descending. We're well within our fixed point. Alright, we're coming up on the south shore of England. Isle of Wight right in front of us. And then Portsmouth. We're kind of turning right towards Brighton, and we'll then take a hard left straight up towards Crawley, where Gatwick is. A really enjoyable flight. And I'm really liking this time of day. I believe we landed at Heathrow kind of in the evening time. I'm not sure if that was the first time we came into England, but I'm glad I didn't do the early morning takeoff. For some reason, my screenshot was an early morning takeoff from Gibraltar, even though the real life flight that I'm basing it on, I think it takes off at 11:20. I'm glad we went with live time and still able to see all the scenery and get a nice, I think we're getting a nice sunset landing here. And hopefully AI Alpha Indy Group traffic is working. Sometimes it doesn't work and the planes don't actually show up, and so I hope that when we're coming into Gatwick we have a nice full, gates are full of EasyJets and there's some movement and maybe some jets waiting in line while we're landing.
Easy 89er 02 descend and maintain 9,000 feet.
Alright, descend and maintain 9,000 feet, EasyJet
Descend and maintain 9,000 feet. Easy 89er 02.
It's just Easy 89er 02. I completely forgot our number. That's why usually you have it, like, you usually have it written down and placed somewhere right in front of you. Things like that you have to remember and keep saying. My plan was to just jump in and do the next flight to Dublin, but I'm going to end the stream, but I'll probably come back on about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, something like that, and we'll see which flight, if it makes sense to try to do both flights. We could probably get both flights into Dublin and then that Cairns flight. Yeah, you can see the frame rate kind of starting to eat it a little bit as we get into England, loading in Heathrow, loading in Gatwick, probably loading in all those planes flying around that area. So that's a surefire sign that both those airports are.
Easy 89er 02, please expedite your
Forgot to
descent
actually
9,000 feet.
push the button in so we can descend to 9,000 feet. Not a big deal. We need to be at 7,000 once we get to Willow, and then we're going to go into hold point. I'm wondering if I can just. Yeah, I can just do a hold right there. Inbound course. Alright, so I'm getting that. Hopefully I'm reading this right. Is this hold, you see 284, and that's the inbound. I'm guessing inbound to Willow. And it's a left turn. We're not turning right. Okay, that was a little confusing, but they're going to Heathrow. That's why they're getting that Bravo India Golf. We had that a couple days ago. So we're going to be hearing a lot of stuff going into Heathrow. Alright, so we're going to insert this hold right away because we're going to be holding here anyway. Yeah, so there you can see the hold. And eventually it will actually draw it correctly. I'm guessing that's the turn from the last waypoint into Willow, and then we'll get the hold. Right, so we're right along the south coast of England. Portsmouth is behind us. And if you're on VATSIM, we got some coverage here. We got a Heathrow approach, what is it? I always get my not Luton, Stansted approach. We do have tower at Heathrow, and we have ground at Gatwick, and we do have a London Center. So if I was on VATSIM, we'd actually have some pretty decent coverage right now. This is the time of day when Europe is online. A lot of Germany is covered right now, so if you're on VATSIM and you're in Europe, that's where you want to be. Like I said, at some point I will get more into VATSIM.
Going to 119.825
This loop is really loopy.
Speedbird 720 traffic is 9 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 190 Boeing.
Oh, I was wondering why are we descending so slow, because we're dropping down to 250. I don't know why it's dropping down to 250 so early, because we're not at 10,000 feet yet.
Report them in sight.
Okay, we froze up a little bit. Come on. Come on. Oh, come on. I've never had this happen where it's just frozen. There we go.
Speedbird 720 traffic in sight.
That was a long one. You're just always expecting it to just crash out when it goes like that.
Speedbird 164 heavy traffic in sight.
Alright, so we're headed into
Descend and maintain 4,000
Holly.
feet. Expect ILS runway 26 left approach via Timber transition.
Oh, that's why. Max speed 250 knots at Tel 2. Holly, we actually max speed 250 or 220. Now, I don't think that's... Oh, yep, it is. It's built in right there. So plane should start slowing down pretty soon. 220, and then we're going to be flight level 70 Willow, 220 knots, and we're going to basically go in the hold and get down to 4,000 feet before continuing the rest of the approach.
Speedbird 9er, 61, you are 12 miles east of Heathrow. Contact Heathrow Tower on 124.475 when inbound. Speedbird 567 traffic is 12 o'clock, 4 miles at 15,900 feet Airbus. Report them in sight. Tower on 124.475, Speedbird 9er 61. Speedbird 677 traffic is 10 o'clock, 4 miles at 16,300 feet Airbus A319. Report them in sight. Speedbird 677 have the traffic. Speedbird 677 traffic in sight. Speedbird 677, you are 13 miles east of Heathrow. Contact Heathrow Tower on 124.475 when inbound. Tower on 124.475, Speedbird 677. London Center Speedbird 2778 is passing 1,500 feet, climbing flight level 220. Speedbird 569er, you are 67 miles southeast. Climb and maintain 13,000 feet, keep speed not above 180 knots. Expect ILS runway 27 left approach via Bravo India Golf transition. Cleared to Bravo India Golf. Speedbird 2778 London Center QNH tree 0.27 continue as planned. Flyer 8458, you are 5 miles southeast of London City. Contact City Tower on 129.455 when inbound. Alitalia 208, you are 69 miles southeast. Descend and maintain 12,000 feet. Keep speed not above 180 knots. Expect ILS runway 27 left approach via Bravo India Golf transition. Cleared to Bravo India Golf. EasyJet 02, please expedite your descent 9,000 feet. EasyJet 02, contact Gatwick approach on 1.
Alright, so we're down to
Good day.
220 knots. And you can see we're going into the hold.
EasyJet 02. Gatwick approach EasyJet 02 is at 11,200.
And we're going to hold until we get to 4,000. We should be at 7,000 at Willow. We're a little high.
EasyJet 02 Gatwick, approach QNH, tree 0.27 continue as planned.
Throttle speed brakes. Scenery is just so awesome. And I know we keep saying it. All the streamers for Microsoft Flight Simulator, we keep saying it. The scenery is the game changer. I mean, this sim is just incredible. It's beautiful for doing VFR flights. I'm not an expert on the flight models and all that. I know X-Plane touts that has like the most realistic flight model, and I know there are people that say, you know, but for me, it's like I switched over to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I would love to have that feeling, knowing that in the background that it is the best simulator of flight, but it is, you know, just overall, just really. There's some things I miss about X-Plane, but the scenery and Flight Simulator just makes up for it. They just need to add a better replay system. Just add the X-Plane replay system in, where it's just a simple record. You don't even have to record, just replay. Alright, we're at 9,000 feet. They should be clearing us to 7,000. I wasn't paying attention. No. Yeah, are we going to...
Gatwick approach EZ8902 requesting vector to next waypoint.
EZ8902, turn right, heading 045.
Turn right, heading 045.
Alright, we're going to descend to 4,000. Yeah, it's ignoring, the in-game ATC is ignoring the concept that we do this hold and then we leave at 4,000 feet.
EZ902, descend and maintain 4,000 feet.
There we go.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet, EZ8902.
We're going to turn on our landing lights. Should have already had, oh, we do have seatbelts. Oh yeah, we turned the seatbelt signs on when we began the descent. Did we? Did I never turn them off? Maybe it was automatic. Cool thing with PAC-X is that it's integrated, especially with this plane. It doesn't work as, it's not as integrated with the 737 or the like CRJs, the third-party stuff. But if it's integrated pretty well with the Azobo planes, and or at least with this plane, the Flybywire A320, that if you turn off the seatbelt signs, if I do this, it's going to turn back on because we're in the approach phase, descent. The flight attendants will be like, nope, need those signs on. So that's pretty cool. Alright, we're just crossed under 8,000 feet in our hold. Got the speed brakes on so that we can actually get this descent. Oh, come on. Is it going to block me? Yeah, because it's going to be like, oh, you're... How do I get rid of that? No. But I'm supposed to descend to 4,000 in the hold. Oh, no. How do I get rid of that? That doesn't work. There we go. Maybe I can do this. There we go. I think we can keep descending now.
Please expedite your descent 4,000 feet.
Oh, perfect. Great. I was like, well, how am I gonna... Because they had us locked at 7,000. It's like, yeah, when we enter, but then we hold until we get... And then we exit at 4,000. There we go. We're still descending. Got rid of the block there. So now I know how to get rid of that. So if ATC does clear me below what the star has, so a star will, you know, ATC will tell you, hey, follow the star, follow the clearances, and then sometimes they'll clear you below a clearance, right? So you might be on the star, it might say, hey, you can't go below 10,000 feet at this point, and then ATC might come over and say, yeah, you're cleared to 6,000. And so then you ignore what the star is saying you're cleared to and you go by what ATC has cleared you to. Or vice versa. And I never actually knew how to adjust that. We just did it, so that's awesome. Same with the speed, I suppose, if you want to keep it auto. We're in manual, but that's how you did it. Just put a slash and 4,000, you know, slash and the altitude you want. So if the limit was 7,000, but we want to descend to 4,000 in this hold, just throw that in there. Alright, standard pressure. I think we're going to be able to exit the hold after this go around. Can't ask for a better country, better area to do a hold. And we're basically just going in circles around Burgess Hill. That's the little village right below us. I believe that's going to be Gatwick right over there. Yep. So there's the airport. Alright, so we're going to exit the hold. Basically, we're going to loop around. And I'm going to just direct... Yeah, there it comes. There we go. Delta 114 Victor. Not sure what that is in referring to, what spot that is. We can't change the bank angle on this plane. We can on the Boeing, but you don't have that option on. At least that I know of on the Airbus. Alright, and then we're going to go, so we're going to get to Delta 114 Victor, then on to May, Mike Alpha Yankee, which is Mayfield, the VOR. And then we're going to 8.5 miles out from Mike Alpha Yankee. We're going to make our turn at 2,000 feet. So we're going to be going 3 degrees, and then at 2,000 feet, at 8.5 miles out, we're going to turn to 258 degrees for the final. Of course, that's all programmed in, so we're just going to follow the line. But if we were doing it manually, we'd go out the VOR and all that. Alright, so at Mayfield we need to be 4,000 feet, which we are. Our approach speed is 130 knots, so we need to lose another 90 knots as we come in here. So I'm going to start slowing down. We are going to be descending to 2,000 as well. Yeah, lose a lot of frames coming into the London area because we got all the planes. I have two massive sceneries with Heathrow and Gatwick, but again, all that AI traffic, and then who knows how much live real players are coming in just flying around here. There's quite a few. If we were on VATSIM, I'm sure there's quite a few just flying. Oof. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, we are struggling. Whoa. I have never gotten this bad. Holy cow. This is really bad. Whoa. What is going on? Whoa. Okay, can I pause? Jeez. Alright, back on autopilot. Oh my goodness. There we go. Wow. That was... Now we're locked on Toga for some reason. Whoa, let's slow it down. Let's slow it down. That really messed things up. I have never had it. What is going on with the speed?
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet, QNH 30.27.
Holy cow.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet, Easy8902.
I don't know if that's like I went over to Navigraphs and oh yeah, if I go off a Microsoft Flight Simulator and click on anything else, it gets really angry. Wow. Yeah, passengers are not happy about that because the plane just decided to start freaking out. I have never had that happen before. Like it get that bad, performance-wise. So now we're going to be racing to try to get to the right, because we should be at 4,000 feet right now, but the plane decided to lose its mind. I'm just going to roll this all the way down to 130. We're just going to start going out 2,000. Yeah, so what I think what's happening is that, first of all, we just have so much performance, is eating so much performance here, that if I click on, off of Microsoft Flight Simulator, it really doesn't like that. And again, I've never had that happen before. I mean, I've had the low frame rates, but it was like just choppy and the plane was bouncing all over the screen. That's why the passengers are pretty unsatisfied, and we're also 1,000 feet too high now.
Please expedite your descent 4,000 feet.
So we should be down to in the 2000s right now. I'm gonna get on this and get a little descent. We can afford to pick up some speed. Because we need to be 2,000 feet going into this turn. And on the ILS. Yeah, so there's the diamonds. We want to be below that diamond so we can capture the glide slope.
your assigned altitude.
We got full flaps. We do not have. Well, we do have the speed brakes out.
Climb and maintain 4,000 feet Easy 8902.
Easy 8902, you are 13 miles east. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 26 left approach via Timba transition. Cleared to Timba.
Good Timba. Oh, see, there again, I went and clicked on another window, and it just, Microsoft Flight Simulator does not like that right now.
2,500.
Usually it's not a problem. Alright. Whoa, what the? Hey, Zamzam. Alright, we're down to speed, we're good. Ground spoilers are armed, seat belts are on, landing lights are on. We have full flaps, we're going to drop the landing gear. Once we make this final turn here, we're going to hit that approach. Turn on auto throttle as well. Again. I turned off auto throttle because it was locked into a toga. Do a hard landing. That might happen, just might happen.
Easy 8902, please expedite your climb 4,000 feet.
I don't have to try. Right. We'll see how the landing goes. It might be a good landing, might be a hard landing. Most of my landings have been hard lately. I was surprised yesterday landing in Gibraltar that it was as clean as it was with that short runway and kind of just doing a visual. Alright, go medium auto brake. Gotta remember my reverser button. EasyJet, you're flying EasyJet July 21st to Gatwick, real life. I'm assuming that's what you mean.
Easy 8902, please expedite your
Alright,
climb
approach.
4,000 feet.
So we're on the localizer, we got the green dot. And then once this diamond, once we cross the glide slope should cross at 2,000 feet, but we're, for some reason, at 17, just under 1,800, I guess. We'll capture it there. Yeah, I think we will. The performance is acting like there are a lot of planes there. If there aren't, I'll be disappointed, but I think there should be a number of EasyJets sitting there. If we don't on this flight, on this landing, we definitely will. I'll make sure that they're there when we take off and are preparing for takeoff to go to Dublin. Like I said, after this flight, I'm gonna end the stream. YouTube and Twitch, we're just gonna end the stream. Probably take an hour or two break. I'm gonna do some practice driving with my wife because she has her road test tomorrow, and then we'll come back and we'll either do that Dublin flight or that Cairns flight, or maybe we'll have time for both. I don't have any Ryanair flights anymore scheduled for this world tour. What the altitude say? Oh, but yeah, could do it. Definitely could do some Ryanair flights. Give me a request. Tell me where you'd like to see me fly Ryanair. I prefer a real life flight. No problem. You give me a request. Tell me where you want me to take off, where you want me to land. I prefer to do real life flights though, so give me a real Ryanair route. I've done a ton of Ryanair flights. Menra Airport. Here's Menra. Let me write this down. And I will make sure we get that flight in at some point. It's real. So Menra to where? your guys' requests are actually pretty nice because 10 pair per
1,000.
What is that?
EC8902,
Cool.
please expedite your climb 4,000 feet.
Yeah, we're not being cleared here. Usually they give up on trying to do that and they clear me to land. I think I've been cleared to land. Oh well. I'm not seeing planes. Oh, come on. Are they not there? Oh no, they're there. They're there. There's a few.
500.
So is Menra in Morocco? Or is Menra Marrakesh?
400. 100 above. 300. Minimum.
EC8902,
Continue.
please expedite your climb 4,000 feet.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Welcome to London Gatwick. The local time is 8:08 p.m. and it's currently about 20 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt
Alright, turn on the APU.
Remember to use proper
Landing lights
overhead
off.
bins as items may have shifted during the flight. We thank you for flying with us and we hope to see you again.
Alright, we're gonna wait here, get our clearance. Nope, I don't play Roblox. I barely have time to play this. Alright, taxi to gates.
Gatwick ground, EZ8902, request taxi to the gate.
Turn off our TCAS and our
ATC.
ATC.
Taxiway Echo Cross Runway 08 left Delta Juliet Quebec Kilo.
Taxiing to gate 107 using taxiway Echo Cross Runway 08 left Delta Juliet Quebec Kilo EZ8902.
Why do they always give me a gate that doesn't exist? 107. Oh no, there's 107. Okay, Pier 6. So we're gonna take taxiway. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I was planning on streaming all day, but I got some other things. You know, you gotta do stuff with family, right? Let's see. Echo. Where the heck is Echo? Cross runway 8 left and Delta Juliet Quebec Kilo. Alright. Oh, we're on Echo. We actually got to cut back. We shouldn't have come off on this one. It's weird that they have this one like this. School, yeah. School makes it hard too. Alright, well, thanks for following and subscribing, Max. Yeah, so Menra, when we fly Menra to Stansted, is Ryanair fly that one? Cool. Alright, well I'll get that prepared for a future stream. Hey Bulldog Blitz. This is time to watch some taxiing here at Gatwick. Getting on Juliet, going to Quebec, and then Kilo. Going to gate 107 at Pier 6. What time is it? About 9:22 p.m. here in London at London Gatwick. Yeah, definitely. I'll check it out. So is Menra? Menra's the airport for Marrakesh? I think I've flown. Yeah, I think I flew a Ryanair flight into Marrakesh back in X-Plane. I flew a ton of Ryanair in X-Plane before I started doing the whole world tour thing. Oh, you want me to fly it in real life? Well, at some point, maybe once the world gets back to normal a little bit. Oh man, this frame rate is looking really hard. Alright, here's Quebec. I'm sure the airport's causing it, and then the Alpha India group traffic. For sure. Heathrow, coming into Heathrow yesterday was the same thing. Usually it's not this bad, so I don't know if... You know, my computer is... Like, the graphics... I need to get the upgrade the graphics card, but that's gonna... We're gonna have to wait on that a little bit. Make sure I have the budget for it. That's basically the thing holding me back. Obviously, it's like if I could buy like a insanely souped up processor. Yep, they're starting to actually be available and prices are starting to come. Sort of like the housing market now. I'm gonna say probably 5 o'clock, so probably 2.5 hours I'm gonna shoot for. I want to stream. I was gonna just keep streaming, but then gotta do some practice with my wife driving. So probably come back on about 5 o'clock my time, so it'll be about 2.5 hours from now. Between 5 and 6. Whoops. Brakes are too strong. Tomorrow we're busy, but I might get a stream in middle of the day. We'll see. But probably be doing practice then too, because my wife's. We have a checkup for the baby in the morning, and then her road test at 3 in the afternoon. So maybe I'll get like a flight in the evening before I have to go to bed, because I have work then on Thursday after this long weekend. All right, parking brake set. She's probably feeding the baby right now. Yeah, we had we ate some pulled pork and stuff yesterday. Otherwise, didn't do much. Fireworks were canceled. We went to the parade. I think on the 2nd we had a parade or something. All right, APU is on. We actually can connect up the ground power. We got the jet bridge over here as well. I like to just turn that external power on. And we'll turn off the engines. Haven't been flying lately? Yeah, I know, Creepy Kirk hasn't been either. He hasn't been streaming, so I'm wondering what's going on with him. I missed a whole month. It took me about, I was out from May 16th between streams, May 16th to June 16th, and then June 16th until, what, probably the 1st or the 2nd of July here. So I haven't been flying and streaming a ton, but I'm hoping to kind of get back into that a little bit more. Alright, we're going to turn off the beacon light. Actually turn off the APU bleed master switch. We do have external power. Turn off the seatbelt lights, and the passengers are going to board. I'll have to go in here, do it via the fly-by-wire plane itself. Okay, yeah, I was very sick towards the end, during the end of May, and then basically beginning of June switched to day shift, which has been really good. But kind of figuring out, okay, when am I going to stream? Because with the night shift, I could stream, like, get up late afternoon, get ready to stream about 7:30, stream for a few hours, and then I had the rest of the night to prep stuff. But now at least now I can do things on a normal schedule, and with the baby and wife and everything. And we're also buying a house, and so it's all that. And of course, just as we buy a house, now the whole market's gonna start correcting itself, which I figured it would as soon as we put money down and everything. Oh well. Alright, yeah, but this is a great freeware airport. This is all freeware. I'm guessing that 787 over there, or 747, that is online. Someone online. Not a lot of EasyJets here. Usually this place is full of EasyJets with the Alpha Indy Group traffic. For some reason, not that many. Yep, this is all freeware. Lots of detail. Kills your frame rate though. So beware. This is ultra settings, or ultra like ultra level. It's got they actually have a few different levels of detail for this mod, so you can download, you know, a lighter version. But I like to kill my computer. While the passengers are coming off, let's check out the Volanta flight on Volanta. View our flight. Alright, so we took off down in Gibraltar, right over Spain. I didn't get to see Madrid, and I was probably stepped away, so we didn't get to actually like look. We actually kind of flew over it a little bit more. Got our little hold there at Willow, and landing 192 feet per minute. So a little bit harder than our landing in Gibraltar, but still a good landing. So sorry, Max, I didn't do a hard landing. Flight time 2 hours 32 minutes, about 2 minutes longer than it took us to get down to Gibraltar. Yeah, 1,052 miles, so a little bit longer. I think it's primarily this hold probably added those a little bit of that mileage. It's kind of weird that the two flights aren't the exact, about 100-mile difference, but almost exact same route. And just a quick jump over to the world map for the world tour, just to see where we've been. We've already been to England, UK multiple times, so nothing really new to see. But let everyone who's new here see all the places we've been. We've been to all of Africa, a little bit, good chunk of the Middle East, and all of Europe except for basically Ireland, Iceland, and the Faroe Islands. So those are our next 3 stops. We're going to be going to Dublin, then up to Iceland, Ireland to Iceland, and then to Faroe Islands, back to Iceland, and then we'll jump over to Greenland and back, and then we'll finally get over to Canada.
Gatwick ground Alpine 8071 with golf ready to taxi IFR. Alpine 8071 taxi
And let me just
short of runway 26 left.
one last thing before we go. We'll pull over Pack X. You see the passengers getting off. We have our last passenger right there. That's going to be Agnes Sutton. She's getting off the plane. We're going to just do this end flight. And neutral opinion because we had the extreme flying there when Yeah, this flight isn't what I expected from World Tour. That's because the sim just kind of, we lost a lot of performance and the plane started doing some weird things. But we got it landed. Decent landing. Let's see what's going on here. Where'd my chat go? RAK. What is RAK, Max? RAK to stand still. Where was my first flight on the tour? On this tour, on the Microsoft Flight Simulator part of the tour, when I started doing the YouTube videos for it. Let me see, what is it? It's where the heck is this? HRYR. I think that's Nairobi. Let me check. I know when I first started doing it, like the overall thing, when I first started this concept back in X-Plane, it was New Zealand. I think I went Christchurch to Auckland or something. But if you want to do flight 1 of this world tour on YouTube, Twitch, and everything, it's what is the airport? Let's see what airport it was. I don't remember off the top of my head. Kigali International Airport. That's the first one. Rwanda. That's the first flight I started actually sharing with people on YouTube. I had done a ton of flights before, and also flights in X-Plane World Tour. So that was Kigali International in Rwanda to, I believe, I want to say Zambia. Zambia. It was at Kenneth Kaunda International Airport in Zambia. In Lusaka, Zambia. So Rwanda to Zambia. That was my first #1 flight on this world tour in Microsoft Flight Simulator. And we are now we just finished flight 158. Next flight will be London Gatwick right here. We're going to be in Aer Lingus, flying over to Dublin, Ireland. Okay, Marrakesh. Alright, I'll write that down. So Marrakesh to Stansted. That's gonna be a longer flight, but that'll be a good one if I want to get a flight in, but also have some things to do during the day. I can step away like on this flight. All right, so Yasser. All right, Yasser, Max Yasser. Thanks for the subscription. Thanks for coming, showing up, Bulldog. Late here, but no big deal. I'm gonna end the stream, and I'll be back on probably in 2.5, maybe 3 hours, and we'll get that. We'll either be doing the Dublin flight or a viewer requested flight from Cairns to Brisbane, Australia, or both. We'll see what those flight times are, and might get both in. All right. So thanks for stopping by, and until next time, take care and happy flying.